Hi guys, and welcome back to Coloring with Haley. This is part 4 of my coloring book collection, and we are going to be going over my Coloring Heaven issues. And this is going to be a long part, so I hope you are buckled in, because I was subscribed to Coloring Heaven for quite a long time. I only recently, within the last year I believe, stopped subscribing to them because they stopped offering, I don't know, a lot of issues, I guess, that I liked. They haven't had one in quite a while that I really wanted to buy. So, first up we have issue 70, Creatures of the Night. Designs are by Sarah Richter. And this one had very nice grayscaled, kind of gothic style images in it. A lot of these you'll have to buy secondhand because Coloring Heaven no longer offers them. You can find them on places like eBay, though. And I did this one here, titled Aerial Demon. I think she turned out really nice, just with markers, because there's a bit of grayscaling. I didn't really have to do anything special. She is got a bit of glitter on her somewhere, I thought. Well, no? Yeah, she does. This part of her outfit here, whatever you want to call this, on her legs, this sort of lingerie type thing here, is nice and glittery. And I believe that might have been the only one I have done in here. Yes, she did have some very, very difficult, really nice grayscale images here towards the back that are beyond my level. They look stunning, but they are not, they are more advanced than I am. We'll just put it that way. And next, these are not in order, by the way, so you're going to see me bounce around from, like, issue to issue. This is issue 52, World of Princess Special. The designs are from Fabiana Trerere, not quite sure how to pronounce that. But this features princesses from around the world. For example, this is a 17th century princess. This is an Asian medieval princess. Edwardian prince and princess. Indian princess. It doesn't quite have grayscaling, but it's got these parts that the artist has done in a little bit of a gray type color. So like the makeup here on the eyes and the lips has been done in gray for you on this Japanese princess, and on this Cayenne princess there's a bit of the gray here on this neck piece, and again on the lips and like eyebrows and some of the flowers. They're not fully grayscaled, I guess, but perhaps they are a little bit grayscaled, and I haven't done a page in here because they intimidate me quite a bit, but it is a very nice issue. So then I have the Animal Wonderland special, issue number 59 by Kaneko Egusa, and you guys know them from a lot of their books that they have on Amazon, like Rhapsody in the Forest. And it is their wonderful and fantastical animal art, where their animals are doing people things. Well, I say that, but there's a fox in the forest, just kind of regular. Here we go, here's one with like the little chicks wearing hats. These pages are just, the art in this is just, I don't know, it's like, it leaves me speechless. It's fantastic, it's beautiful, I love it. And I haven't colored anything in it because, again, I am very intimidated by it. Look at this page with these little mice and the little bunny here, and you've got the cat looking through the door, there's a frog on this toadstool. It's just a lot of details, and I don't know if I could do one and make it look so nice. You've got these animals that are on like a cupcake display stand, and there's all kinds of little forest creatures here, and there's even a little seal, a little bear going up the ladder. I don't know, the designs in this are just sort of so fantastical, I'm almost afraid to touch them. I just like opening this book and looking through it and looking at the nice artwork. This is the only book I own by Hannah Carlson, because she likes to do her books double-sided, and this was the opportunity to have one not double-sided. So this is the Dreamtime special, and I believe all of the designs in here are designs from Hannah Carlson's books, so sometimes the designs are exclusive to Coloring Heaven, sometimes the designs sort of compiled from an artist's previously published books. So you guys know what Hannah Carlson's art looks like. I'm not gonna know specifically what books these come from, I just know that these are from some of her previous books. There's one book that she did with, like, people and animal faces, and I know for certain there's a few pages from that. Let me see if I can attempt to find what I'm talking about, because I remember, like, a page with the chinchillas on it. Well, I say that. There we go, yeah. Like, it's the book with all the faces and the animals. I guess I don't know how to describe it because I don't remember the name of it. But I remember this page specifically with the candy girl and the chinchilla being from that book, because I saw a lot of flip-throughs, and I really contemplated getting that book, but I just decided not to because it was double-sided. So I actually haven't colored anything in here. I need to. I like her artwork, you know, there's nothing wrong with it in my opinion. Some of this is a bit doodly for me, and I probably wouldn't do, for example, a page like that, but something like this would look very nice. This seems to be a cover of one of her pages, I think, right? Or perhaps one of her postcard books. You guys will have to tell me. I know a lot of you are big Hannah Carlson fans, but again, you're not missing out if you don't have this issue. These are all images that she has previously published. So, next we have the Wonderland Fairies Special Issue 49 by Christine Karen, and there are 10 exclusive new designs in here. You guys know what her artwork looks like. It's this wonderful grayscale art of fairies and, like, mystical type women, elves, you know. They're beautiful, they're so lovely. And I believe I did a picture in here, or started one. There's a few line art images, by the way. She does release her books, I believe, in both grayscale and line art, so some of the pages that were offered in here were done in line art, I believe, because some people didn't like a full book in grayscale. Come on, I know I've done one in here somewhere, because I can remember she had like a bunch of lily pads around her. Maybe it is more at the back. Well, yes it is, because there is my blotter page. Okay, it looks like I never finished it, but I have a work in progress in here, I suppose. This is the Water Lily Fairy. It looks like I am almost done with it. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I kind of just need to finish doing the frame around the image, and then it'll be done. I can't tell you why I didn't finish that. Alright. So next we have issue 61, Fantasy Princess Specials by Josh Lee. I believe that he has put out a coloring book now that has most of these designs in it. And he has a very nice anime or manga style art. This is the Ninja Princess. This is the Necro Princess, the Nature Princess, the Mushroom Princess, and these designs are very cute. I just, again, haven't gotten around to coloring it. There was this, I would get in these really nice books from Coloring Heaven, but then color the books that I bought myself from Amazon that month, rather than the books that I got in the mail from Coloring Heaven, so I'm very, very far behind on coloring out of all of my Coloring Heaven books. I really need to get into them because I have such a huge stack of them that I have never colored in. This is the Sweets Princess, the Swan Princess, Steampunk, Snake. I love the Snake Princess, of course. Next up, we have the Fairies Special by Jana Prosverina, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And this one is all fairies, and I've done a page in here. I attempted to do a watercolor type background, and as you can see, it turned out quite messy. Watercolor is not my thing in particular. This is thicker paper, so it can handle the watercolor. It buckled a little bit, as you can see, but I need more practice with it, I suppose. I did the fairy herself in markers, and the moon is all glittery. I suppose I was trying to add a distraction after the mess of the background that I did there. But this is very nice, thick line art of fairies. And I think this is quite a popular artist. I believe she has a lot of books out, so you guys can look for her on Amazon and find some of these images. In her Amazon published books, of course, the only thing is the paper probably isn't going to be, you know, nearly as nice. At least the Coloring Heaven books kind of have a nice paper to them. Alright, so next we have the Gothic Alchemy Special. This was issue 60, and it was 40 grayscale designs by Alchemy England 1977, and this one is, wow. It is very, very detailed, very, very nice, realistic grayscale. A bit too much for me, though, as you can see. A lot of these are very, very dark, and there are kind of some nude women in them, so we'll just kind of skip past those. Here we go, there's a woman that's clothed. This is like, yeah, you know, it's beyond really my level. I believe I did a simpler one in here toward the back somewhere. Yeah. I did Requiem for a Rose just because this was a simpler page. It didn't have too much going on, and it turned out pretty nice. I can do the grayscale when it's simpler like this. I couldn't do something like that there, I don't think, with all of the dark, or like this that's got, you know, a whole lot going on in the background. I just couldn't do that. But I did do this simpler one, and she does have a bit of glitter on the pearls, I suppose, is what we would call those that she's wearing. But yes, this one is, I don't know how to feel about it. Look at that. That's very nice, beautiful grayscale, but gosh, is it really, really detailed. I don't remember, I think this issue may not have been very popular with all of the subscribers. I think a lot of people felt that it was a bit too difficult for them, so they kind of toned down doing grayscale issues. Next up, I've got the Dragons Special, issue 63, by Dr. Ernest Drake. These are very, very lovely dragons. These are awesome. And they all have, like, a little bio over here that describes them as if they were real creatures. This is a lindworm, and it even has its Latin name, Draco serpentalis, and then it gives us information. It says they are from Central Asia, and it says, for example, they range in color from pale green to orange to sandy yellow, so it kind of gives you like a little bit of an idea to help you picture maybe what this dragon would look like in real life and help you set up your color palette and everything, which I think is nice. I do like coloring dragons. I like doing the scales on them a lot. They have a lot of scales on this one. Some of these, like this one for example, are very, very detailed. Look at the wings on this one. It's really, really detailed, kind of like paper mache that's been cut out almost. We've got a couple nice and cute, like, close-up pictures. A dwarf dragon. Here's another close-up. And then there's that same dragon, like, in a full image, you know. Oh, really nice. Really lovely. I haven't coloured in it. Like I said, most of these. Alright. Next we have issue 41, the Halloween special. And this was, I don't know what year this was for, because it doesn't have the year on it anywhere, now does it? No. But this one had designs by Molly Harrison, Selena Finnick, Lisa Matrokin, and Inez Guerrero. So, you start out with your Molly Harrison designs, and I think you guys are quite familiar with her. She is very popular. And there's a lot of books on Amazon. She has her Fantastical Women. And she does have, like, some chibis, I believe. And then we've got Selena Finnick, which, let me get to hers. These are the kind of simplistic, cutesy Halloween chibis. And then we get to the creepier ones. We've got Lisa Matrokin's much more detailed images, and these are very nice. Look at this fortune teller here, and we've got this Harlequin kind of clown lady wearing a really creepy mask, and we've got Dracula and his bride. And then we've got Inez Guerrero's kind of grayscaled artwork, and I have done one of them. I did Como se vera se dienta, and I don't know what that means, and I'm not actually even sure what the language that is in. This is one of the first grayscale images in a Coloring Heaven book that I had done, but I do think it turned out really nice. And I don't think there is any glitter on this. No, there's not. It's just all markers, and that is it. I did kind of a fall color palette because she just seemed like a, I don't know, a fall forest creature, right? And I believe that's the only page I've done in this one. This is one of my first Halloween issues. Their Halloween issues are always exciting to me because I like Halloween pages, right? And then the Cutesy Christmas. This is issue 68. These are designs from Mariola Budick, Jen Katz, Hannah Lynn, Ruth Sanderson. Oh boy. Razra Swanamama and Laringles art. That is quite nice. And I've done a Mariola Budick one. These are a bit grayscaled, as you can see here, but it's more of a nice simplistic grayscale, nothing too difficult. I did this very first one, the girl at the little bird house with her puppy. This turned out really nice, just markers, nothing special. The grayscale in this turns out really nice with just markers. And let's see. Next is the name that I really can't pronounce. Razra Swanamama. I really don't know how to pronounce this person's name. She's Polish, but she has these style of images, a bit thinner line art, but they do look really, really nice. And then we've got Ruth Sanderson, which you guys are all familiar with Ruth Sanderson and her little mice. They are super, super cute. Christmas tree mice, ice skating mice, cookie mice. And then Laringles art, which she has, let me find it. Just a few pages in here, they're very few. They've got like this fox girl, this little fox boy, and then we get into Jen Katz, which I believe you guys are also familiar with. She has these really cute, fantastical types of little creatures, I suppose. They're not quite people, they're very round little creatures. And then we've got a few back here by Hannah Lynn, of course, which everyone loves Hannah Lynn. Next we have another Halloween special. This was issue 66. This one has Jenna Prosperina, David Davison, Jen Katz, Simone Candidi, Yuriko Shiru, and Matthew Larson. So, it starts out with our Jenna Prosperina pages, her fantastical fairies and witches, and then we get on to Dawn Davidson, who provided us very beautiful, slightly grayscaled portraits of witches. These are just fantastic. And then we have Jen Katz and her little creatures. There's one of them there. This is a girl, actually, with some of the little creatures hanging out down there. I don't think I've colored anything in this one. Simona Candidi did these lovely sort of skeleton girls. They look really nice. She's got a couple normal ones. This is Octobrat. Then we have Yuriko Shiru, who did a more advanced grayscale that I feel like for me is a bit too advanced, but these are really, really nice images. And then finally we have Matthew Larson. Let me find where he's at. Here we go. He did the zombie images here at the back. They remind me sort of something out of The Walking Dead. Alright. And then we have another Halloween special. This was issue 54. Camellia Pfeifster, Nikki Burnett, Vanessa Yoshimoto, Zoe Sadler, Vera Ma, and Carissa Rose. I know I did one out of here for sure. We start out with Camellia Pfeifster. She's got these sort of weird creatures. They're not quite people. They're very human-like, but still like a bit creature-like, right? You know, not 100% human. And then we've got Nikki Burnett's fantastic art. Let me flip to Nikki. Here we go. You guys are familiar with her wonderful artwork. She's got a bunch of witches in this one. I think Nikki's artwork is quite popular as well. Then we move on to Vanessa Yoshimoto, and she has some really lovely, cute art in here. I mean, look at this cute little guy here, like this cute little witch with the big sort of donkey ears, or maybe they're rabbit ears. We've got another witch here working on like a little fairy. Lots of nice witches and wizards in this one. Then we move on to Zoe Sadler, and her line art is quite thin and a lot of detailed images. I don't know how I feel about these in particular. They weren't my favorite. Then we move on to Vera Ma, aka Lemon Shortbread. I believe that's her name on like Etsy. And she has a lot of very nice anime or manga kind of styled girls. And then at the very back, we have a few nice grayscale pictures by Carissa Rose, and I've done one of them. I did this one here. These are all wearing sort of the Day of the Dead style paint, the sugar skull paint. That's what they look like, you know, without color on them. I think there's just 3 of them. But I did this one here, and I did use some paint on parts of her to make the skull look like it blended in with her face a little bit better, and then some glitter on the skull as well. Alrighty. And then we had a whole issue from Inés Guerrero. This was issue 57, Dark Fantasy Special. And it's her very lovely, fantastic, slightly grayscaled, kind of creepy art. I've done a few, I believe. This one is called Alone. This one wasn't very grayscaled, so I kind of did my own shading slightly. There is a bit of glitter on the wings of the butterflies there, and a bit of white paint on her lips. But I do like how this picture turned out. It's very nice. I know I've done another one in here, or at least I think I have. Here's another one that has a lot of grayscale on it, for example. This one has a lot of grayscale on it, you know. Some of them, like here, this one is more just really a line art image. And then you go back to more grayscale. I think this issue was quite popular. A lot of people really liked this artist's work. Yeah, here we go. I did the Kraken. She turned out really lovely. She turned out beautiful. I kind of used a more pastel color scheme on her. And of course her pearls are glittery. I like this artist a lot. I don't know if they've since published, you know, anything on Amazon, but I really, really love their art. I've got something marked here. Was it something I did? It is. Maybe I forgot to show this on camera. Who knows? But this is called Moon Babe. I thought she looked like Sailor Moon, so I coloured her to look like Sailor Moon. And she's got a bit of white paint around the ruffles here on her outfit, glitter on the moon on her forehead, and of course the moon in the background is all glittery too. She turned out really nice and lovely. The art in here is just, it's fantastic. I love it. And then we get to the Zodiac special, which was issue 67, and it features Mayumi Ogihara, Tanya Bond, Kelly O'Gorman, and Mitzi Sato Wyeth. And these are all Zodiac themed. So first we have Mayumi Ogihara's women, and it's got one for each Zodiac sign. That's Gemini, for example. And then we have Cancer, and there's something that kind of alludes to the sign. Not only do they have the mark on them, but you know, she's got the crab headpiece that helps tell you that she is a Cancer. Leo, she's got like the lion's mane as like a big coat that she's wearing. Let's see what the next artist was. That is, oh yes, Kelly O'Gorman, who has these, she's done a design for each zodiac sign, and there's a lot of things going on within that. So for example, this is Aries the lamb, and I can see a little baby sleeping here, a dragon, there's a bunch of flowers, there's a spider web. Here for Taurus the bull, there's a woman here in the middle, there's like a sunrise going on here, kind of a lot of Zentangly sort of stuff. Gemini the twins, Cancer the crab, there's birds and houses and a bat and like upside down turtles. And then we move on to who is next? Tanya Bond, and it is the images from her Zodiac book. Her lovely girls. That was Aries. This is Taurus, you know. It's got the bull horns. This is Gemini because they are the twins, right? Of course, Cancer is on the beach with a crab, and she's even wearing sort of like this shoulder piece made out of crab pinchers. And then the next one was an artist that had sort of like very cute chibi work. This is the Mitzi Sato Wyeth. We've got Taurus down here, because this is Aries, right? And then Gemini. They're like little chibis that sort of have an outfit on that kind of alludes to which zodiac sign they are. Because here's a Cancer in a little crab outfit, Leo the lion, you know. Super cute stuff. Next we have the Bohemian Beauties special by Durian Addict, aka T. Fallon. These are very interesting. They are women and girls, and some of them don't have eyes, and they're sort of in mystical types of settings. See, because we've got this like triangle with the eye, and there's a bunch of crystals. She's covered in crystals. Here's just a page with crystals. Lots of reptiles in here too. Like, here we go. Here's a page with a bunch of snakes and the pyramids again. Here's another page with a bunch of snakes and mushrooms, and this lady has a third eye. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Mystical, I guess, maybe even trippy a little bit would be the way to describe it. You're going again a bunch of snakes and the lady with a third eye. I do like this a lot, and I believe this artist, again with the snakes, so of course I like it because it has, you know, a bunch of reptiles in it. And I believe this artist, like I was saying, has published some of her art on Amazon. So you should be able to find a coloring book from Durian Addict or T. Fallon. I believe it's called Bohemian Women or something like that. And next up we have issue 43, Dragons in Nature by Anastasia Eli Koldareva. Her books are very popular, and I don't have any of them because they're quite expensive to import, so I was excited when this issue came out. And these are, once again, some very lovely, very cute little dragons. Kind of detailed. Here's a really nice one with the dragon. It's really tiny amongst these little plants. They go back and forth a bit. Baby and mama. Mama and baby again. This dragon here that's sort of like, it's sort of like a hermit crab because he's living in this big shell and his tail wraps all the way around here. These are really nice, and I think these would be really, really nice in like watercolor. Especially if you were someone that was really good at watercoloring. Again, this artist does sell her artwork, but she sells them in the very, very nice artist book with very nice heavyweight paper. And if you're living in the United States, they are from overseas. I cannot remember where. Maybe like Czechoslovakia or something like that. The Czech Republic, you know. I can't remember. It's a country like that. So they do cost quite a bit for shipping, but if you really like the artwork, they are definitely worth it because the paper that you get is going to be, you know, so much better. Here's these cute little blackberry dragons with the blackberries, which are blooming right now. We've got some blackberries outside, and the little dragons are out among them. Super, super cute stuff. I mean, I love her art. I believe she's put out several books now of dragons. I'm just very happy to have this, you know, this one issue. Next we have the Steampunk Special by Hannah Lynn, and she has since put out her Steampunk book, so you guys can find most of these images there. I haven't done anything out of here. This is a really nice one though. I think you guys know what these look like since she's put out, you know, her Steampunk book. This came out just like a little bit before the Steampunk book was published, I think. Steampunk is not really my thing. It doesn't bother me, but it's not, I prefer like more, I guess, more of the sci-fi type thing, you know, the futuristic cyborgs and everything. The steampunk kind of has like an older style to it, right? Not my thing exactly, but I do like that issue. And then we have issue 39, the Strangeling Special, designs by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and that's another very, very famous and popular artist that I'm sure you guys are familiar with. And this is designs from across all of her books, so like her Halloween one, her Mermaids one, her original Strangelings book. Her art very much intimidates me, so I have not coloured in it. Look at that, that's quite a lot of details, especially on like the kimono she's wearing. This one's lovely, the very early issue. Might have been the very first issue I ever got. I think I remember going to the store to buy this one because I wanted it really badly. I just really like her art. I need to, I suppose, break down and colour in it one day, because if I don't colour in it, no one's going to, right? It's just going to sit around. So I guess I should see what I can do with her art. Beautiful stuff, though. You guys are familiar with her, though. And then we have the Adorable Aliens Special by Matthew Larson, issue 48. And I haven't coloured in here, and I really want to because it's super adorable. Little, like, alien creatures. I don't know. Little sort of non-humanoid creatures that we don't have here on Earth. This is the giant lily dragon. This is the tusked blarful. They have fun names. They have nice thick line art, too. The Pfeiffer Water Fisher. The Marzos. Here we've got the little mushroom blands. This guy's called Glints. He's cute. The Screeching Bellow. I don't. These are fun. It sort of reminds me of some of the other Creatures books I have. This is a General Bloomer. He sort of looks like a dog, right? The Flandorian Marsh Elk. This is the Bottom Crawling Sand Scooter and Freeloading Lounging Slug. I like that one. I guess he's the Freeloading Lounging Slug. And this guy's the Bottom Crawling Sand Scooter. That's fun. This is the Woolywog. You can make him say something if you wanted to. This is the Carnivorous Hindicepus. This is Professor Biscuit. I love Professor Biscuit because he looks like a cute little dog. I don't know, I really need to color in this one because I absolutely adore these funky sort of alienoid creatures and monsters. It's right up my alley. And this guy, Matthew Larson, has published on Amazon. So if you like this and you can't find this issue anywhere, he does have books on Amazon. I don't know the name of them, but you can probably find them by searching up his name, Matthew Larson. So, that's all of my issues of Coloring Heaven. I hope you have been enjoying my coloring book collection tour so far. Thank you guys so much for watching.